And let's get to the quarterback right now as we welcome in the Detroit Lions quarterback. Jared Goff joins us here on 97.1 The Ticket. Jared, thanks for being with us. And how big does that win feel coming off the Baltimore game, national TV, everybody's watching, and you guys go out and take care of business?
Yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one for us, certainly being at home, Monday Night Football, like you said, in front of the whole country. And a game that we got to bounce back from some adversity last week. And I thought we played really well all around. Some silly mistakes, certainly by myself, and some of those red zone mistakes. But other than that, we played pretty well.
You know, it seems like it's kind of a common theme. You guys end up winning by double digits, and in those wins, still come away and like, you know what, we got plenty to work on, which I think is a good thing. But at what point would you like to say, we don't have to work on too much, we're just playing really well?
Yeah, you know, you'd like to say that every time. I think we've had that, maybe the Carolina game. We came away saying, we did a full, complete game. And this was another opportunity to do that. And that's what you still have that little staying a little, granted getting a win on Monday Night Football going to 6-2 is a good thing. But, yeah, certainly offensively, there's a little bit of that sting of what could have been and what we know it should have been. But, yeah, we'll take the W and move on happily.
You said something there at the beginning about bouncing back from adversity. What is it about this group? Is it Dan? Is it just the players? Is it leadership that adversity doesn't derail the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, we've been forged through it. We've been forged through adversity. That's kind of a lot of Dan talked about actually this week. That a lot of the guys that were here in 21 are still here on this team, and we went through that those tough times together, and we kind of are on the other side of it now. So when one bad series or one bad play happens, it's minuscule in comparison to what we've already been through as a group in the last 3 years, and we're able to move through it pretty easily.
You got to be tired. 80 plays the offense ran in the game last night. I mean, in a game like that, are you cognizant of the fact that you guys have just continually had the ball and you're running 80 plays, or is this just like, hey, we're in a groove and it doesn't even register?
You feel it at times. I think some of those long drives or running the ball a bunch, sometimes can get a little heavy on the O-line, but I thought those guys did a hell of a job. I mean, specifically the three guys in the middle who were, Graham was playing a new spot, Jody was filling in, and then Colby in his first start. I thought those guys played great. Obviously, Decker and Panay did their thing as usual, but those three guys in the middle really stepped up for us.
Somebody else who stepped up was Jahmyr Gibbs. Everybody says they saw this coming, and obviously now everybody has seen it. As you've watched his development, I suppose what you saw last night is not a surprise.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like anyone else. He's a rhythm guy, and being able to get him the ball many touches and for him to feel the defense and feel the voids in the defense and those crevices. He did a great job. It was kind of a nice coming out party for him, but we've seen a lot of that in practice and expect him to continue to do that. The sky's the limit for that kid, and he's a special talent. Is
there an example of something he did last night, whether it just be, the patience in terms of waiting for a hole to open up, or maybe even it's picking up a blitzing linebacker? Is there an example of something you can think of that isn't of a sign of a young player growing up?
Yeah, I think you kind of said it there. The touchdown run, the patience he had to kind of get skinny through that hole and then come out the back and make a guy miss and then, run around everybody. And that's kind of, what we've seen in practice, and we've seen flashes of that. But for him to do it on game day and to do it late in the game, I think that just kind of shows you it's just a matter of reps. It's touches. He's a young kid in this league, and the more touches he gets, the better he gets every week.
Yeah, he had 152 yards on the ground. Craig Reynolds added 74 on the ground. As a team, 222 yards. Was there a point last night where you're watching and you're looking in the eyes of the Raiders and you're like, we got them. They're a beaten team. They just cannot stop it.
Yeah, no doubt. In that second half, and that's where you come away with that, kind of stinging feeling in your stomach, a little pit where it's like it could have been, 40-point game, 50-point game potentially if we were just finishing drives the right way. And but yeah, we felt like we kind of had our way there, running the ball, throwing the ball, kind of whatever we felt like we needed to do. It unfortunately didn't put as many points on the board as we may have wanted, but did enough to win. And again, our defense really stepped up and played well.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought the defense up because there were two fumbles, one deep in their territory, one deep in your own territory, and the defense immediately erased one mistake with an interception on the next play. The second time when you guys fumbled going in, they got the 3 and out, and you guys basically continued the drive. You got the ball back in good field position. That's complimentary football. Talk about the defense stepping up when you guys needed them to.
Yeah, it really is. And if they hadn't had played that way, 3 turnovers typically doesn't win you a game. And certainly in the situations where we had the turnovers. And they played really well. They kept us in the game, and we had good faith in them that, as long as we just kept moving the ball and staying on the field, we'd come out with a W.
Can you talk about the atmosphere last night? I mean, they had the lights in the stands that were kind of synced to the music, and when they turned the lights out, it just looked really cool. 66,000 people, Monday Night Football. What was it like for you guys on the sideline taking it all in?
Yeah, it's as good as it gets. It was really cool, and we've had some really awesome home environments, specifically this year, and the fans have come out. They've been awesome. It's the coolest home atmosphere I've ever played in front of, and we keep winning. We expect it to keep on going up, and hopefully, big things ahead with us and that home crowd.
You look at a stat sheet after a game and it says no sacks, and on the other side of the field is big number 98, Max Crosby, who was seemingly all over the place, and yet you still were pretty much upright the entire game. Talk about the job that your 2 tackles did and everybody else helping to chip in.
Yeah, man, he's as good as a player as we'll see, and is extremely disruptive, and obviously his pass rush is one of the top in the league. And yeah, like I said, with Decker and Panay, we'll come across another good pass rusher at some point in the season, and we've got 2 stud tackles that, all right, bring them on. We feel good about those 2 guys doing what they do, and I thought they did it all night. They did it all night, keeping him away, and it was a really good job.
Does Max Crosby talk more than most?
More than most, I don't know. He talks moderately, I guess. He has a lot to say, but he's a great player. So some of those guys, if he can back it up, go ahead, keep on talking.
Dan Orlovsky this morning did 2 breakdowns on 2 of your throws. One was a crossing pattern to Jamison Williams, and he said that's about reading the safeties, and you made the right read, and Jamison made the right read, and the other was Sam Laporta on the touchdown. Can you take us through those 2 throws, what you saw and what happened?
Yeah, so Jamison's was just a seam, and for split safety, he bent it in there nicely, and was able to, kind of have some good anticipation with him there. And I thought he ran a great route, made a great catch, and he's so close to coming out the back and scoring, which is, what's so exciting about him. You get the ball in his hands, it can possibly be a touchdown almost every time. But yeah, he did a good job there. And then Sam's was similar, and it was a single high defense, and he wrapped on in there, and I was able to beat the linebacker with the throw, and Sam did the rest. But yeah, it was two good connections there, and it was fun.
Any plays you'd like to have back, you're like, oh, I just can't believe it. Aside from the pick 6, is there something you're like, offensively, we're really missing an opportunity here?
I mean, the pick 6 is as bad a play as I've had, trying to get the ball out of bounds, and just dumb, just really dumb, really, really pissed off about it, to be honest. And can't do that. Can't put our team in that situation, and we're controlling the game there. It's just a bad play. But I'll learn from it. I'll get better from it. Other than that, no, personally, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, we'd like to get those red zone possessions back, see if we can get some balls in the end zone there. But no, I thought we played really well. Like I said, we did some good things, and you eliminate those turnovers, and we're feeling really good about it right now.
You mentioned right after the game last night, bye week, you were ready for rest, but that means you might get some guys back too. Nobody's ever 100% healthy, but can you see the light at the end of the tunnel for some of these injured players and a chance to get closer to 100%?
Yeah, we get some reinforcements. Frank, Jonah, David Montgomery. We'll get some of those guys back, some of those key pieces, and hopefully can boost us even more and get us going. So yeah, we're excited to get a week off, get a little rest, get a little recovery, and come back and play the Chargers.
Final thing for me, trade deadline today. Is it kind of a weird time for players, a little bit pensive because anything can happen on a day like today? I mean, you want to help the ball club, but teammates could be shipped out. You just never know.
Yeah, you do never know. What is it, 4 o'clock today when it ends? So yeah, you never know. Anything can happen. You trust those guys upstairs to do what's right for the team, and it'll be all good.
What do you do with the time off? You get out of Dodge, or you stick around? You head up north, check out the turning leaves. What happens with Jared Goff this week?
Yeah, I'll just be resting, relaxing. I'm sure we'll get out of town at some point, but I'll just be hanging. putting my feet up, relaxing, hanging out, doing nothing, hopefully for a few days, and get back to it next week.
Well, and enjoy. You've earned it. Great start to this season. We look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
There he is. Lions quarterback Jared Goff joins us every Tuesday here on 97.1 The Ticket.